I reckon most of us would agree that there's something weird going on in Hollywood. And there's something weird going on and has been going on for years now. You had guys, like Weinstein, Harvey, who was doing all that weird, disgusting stuff, the casting couches and all of that stuff, for years, decades. Everybody knew he was doing it and he got away with it. It wouldn't surprise me if that kind of stuff is still happening now. I would bet it's still going on now. And to make it even worse, all of the allegations of, in the files, you know what files I'm talking about, right? The allegations of I don't even know if I want to say it, but if you say it, you can get in trouble with the platform. But just stuff, to do with kids and stuff. It's just, it's vile, it's creepy. And, it needs to be shut down and stopped, because if you let this go on, more and more people get affected by it. And it just spreads. And Terry Crews has come out and said it's all connected. They're all connected. Everybody in the industry knows about it. Lots of people are involved in it. But then why isn't it stopped? Why isn't it brought to an end? Why is it allowed to keep on going?
We's the only thing, but I went to an event and this agent molested me. Now you understand, man.
What?
I'm talking about Hollywood. This is fact. And you can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
William Morris Endeavor, this man was the head of the movie department. He had Eddie Murphy, Sly Stallone, Sandler. He was his agent. He would get high and do whatever he wanted to do, crazy stuff. The CFO of William Morris Endeavor, a man died in his home dungeon. In his home dungeon.
No,
I'm gonna
Charles.
tell you that. I'm not saying this to just, it's not a fake, it's not nothing. You can look it up right now.
They might have swept it off the internet.
Yeah, no, it's true.
What? In his dungeon? And let me guess, was he prosecuted for this? Was he investigated? Was he imprisoned? Probably not. Probably brushed under the carpet.
And wait, the police didn't even...
Cannot believe this.
Man dead. But the police didn't do nothing. What is that? This is Hollywood. And we walked in on it.
I'll bet you've never seen anything like this. It's so raw, so damning, so jaw-dropping. This interview where Terry Crews, the beloved father, husband, Christian, advocate, and actor, best known from America's Got Talent, Everybody Hates Chris, The Expendables, and more, absolutely pulverizes the vile doors that are hiding the darkest skeletons in Hollywood's closet. This is Make Faith Famous, and without further ado, let's watch this insane new interview. And furthermore, let's collectively pray for Terry's safety, because I hate to be dramatic, but I just don't know if he's going to be very safe after this.
It's a valid point. People have been disappearing. Oh, and for critical context, Terry's story is truly deeply profound, and the long version of it you can find on our channel. But the short version is that he suffered with porn addiction since childhood, grew up, cheated on his wife once, felt a conviction to tell her they, of course, went through a deeply tumultuous time in their marriage, but his wife stuck with him. He repented, she forgave him, and now he goes around the world advocating against pornography, cheating, and especially against sexual abuse in Hollywood, going so far as to testify to the U.S. Senate about just how deep, let's call it the Epstein problem, truly goes in the film industry.
He would get high and do whatever he wanted to do, crazy stuff. The CFO of William Morris Endeavor, a man died in his home dungeon. In his home dungeon. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not saying this to just. It's not a fake. It's not nothing. You can look it up right now.
They might have swept it off the internet.
Yeah, no, it's true. And wait, the police didn't even. The police, man, dead. But the police didn't do nothing. What is that? This is Hollywood.
If you or I had a guy die in our home dungeon, we would be at least put under serious investigation, arrested. It would be out all in the public domain. It wouldn't be hidden. We would not be treated like this Hollywood exec. We can agree on that.
All this stuff is going. It's people got a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? And we walked in on it. We literally at this party, this guy comes, and he grabbing me, man, and I'm going, get off me, man, what are you doing? And he looked me in my eyes, and he was sticking his tongue out overtly sexually to me. I mean, it was no mistake that this was a sexual type tongue move. And I'm going, What
are you
doing?
I'm thinking it's a joke. I'm thinking, is this how this guy breaks the ice? I don't understand what this is. I reach my hand out, and he takes his right hand and under mine and immediately squeezes, grabs my genitals.
What?
And I'm jump back like, hey, whoa. And he jumps back, and he still does this tongue stuff, and he's making weird noises, and then he comes back again. And grabs me again. And I slap his hand away, push him back more forcefully. And I'm like, what are you doing?
The man was high on something.
He's on something. I'm like, yo, I am not part of that party.
Fan club.
The fact that he did it repeatedly just shows you how many actors probably just let him do it. He probably thought, let me give Terry a few minutes to like think about this, realize that he needs me to help him in his career, and he'll let me do it. Like, he must have had so many actors let him do all kinds of weird, like degenerate stuff.
Yeah. Bruh. And so when he literally was like, I was about to kill him. But this is what happened. And this is where we talk about Hollywood and the next thing. When this happens, I'll never forget, I just felt so emasculated. When he called me the next day, the agent called me up, my bad.
My bad? Is that it? Is that it?
Bruh.
What do you mean, my bad?
Remember I told you? Hey, wait, if somebody tries to get your trust unconditionally, hey, man.
Oh, no.
That does not work.
Yeah.
I said, that doesn't work. I said, I have given y'all millions of dollars. And you embarrass me in that way, in front of my wife, in front of this whole thing. And you won't say...
So disrespectful in front of his wife and everybody too.
My bad? You slipped up. And that's it? And wait, and I went to the heads. I went to everybody, and they told me like...
Wow.
And the head of William Morris Endeavor looked at me and said, I said, bro, I can't let this happen. He said, give it your best shot.
Yeah,
Whoa.
do what you gotta do.
You understand how evil that is?
Give it your best shot.
You tell me I work for you. When that is the thing. You telling me I'm paying you, but yet you still my slave. You're the goyim. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey man. So I went.
Give it your best shot is insane. Imagine, like, you go to your employer, like your manager at your job touches you inappropriately. You go to their manager, tell them what happened, and they're just like, give it your best shot. That is insane. That is insane, isn't it? Like,
I already went public before. I said, okay. So we went public together. We went on a whole thing. You can't do this. You can't do it. Sexual assault is real. This and that. We was on Dr. Phil. We was on Today Show. We was on this. I said, and I told her, I said, you cannot. I said, hey man, this dude. And then when I went and I did those tweets, because what happened is the Me Too movement happened. I said, this happened to me. And everybody went, what? And you understand, had I not been through what we have been through, I would have never, because that's the thing. Everybody wants to keep the secrets. If I had secrets, you can't talk freely.
it's crazy that like he did it to Terry Crews. Like, Terry Crews is so huge, right? The fact that he felt bold enough to do it to 6'2", 6'3", 270-pound Terry Crews tells you how powerful this guy thought he was. He thought he was untouchable.
But I was a whole person. And I said, no one can go. You got to understand how many people got off the plane, the truck, or the bus in Hollywood and got molested and sent away. And nobody believed what they were saying. We went, and it was crazy. Everybody was like, how can Terry Crews get molested? He's giant. He's big. I was just saying, he's a big black man. I said, hey,
because you chose to not crush his head.
Hey, well, and the thing is that even if I did, does that mean I didn't get molested?
That's true.
See,
that's true.
People want to say this, man. I started to examine it, and you have to examine it too, because I saw him And I saw this agent as another person caught in an addiction.
And here's where Terry's story takes an amazing turn, and he still slams Epstein and leaks some incredibly dangerous and juicy information in just a sec, but he takes a surprisingly, a shockingly, a heart-wrenchingly compassionate approach to Hollywood abusers here.
Wow. I mean, I would be less compassionate. I'm sorry. You know, you touched me downstairs. Like, not only you did that, but you did it in front of my wife, in front of my colleagues at this party, and you thought that I would just let you do that. I'm not. Would you have any pity for that person? I would not. I would not. I think it's obviously because of what he's dealt with in his past with his, you know, corn addiction. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not. I've got no sympathy for you if you do that to me. Come on.
Yes, you heard me right. Where he, because he understands the dark and twisted nature of addiction and secrets himself, takes an approach that I literally don't think you'll hear anywhere else outside of maybe the truest, most honest, most frankly Christ-like people. He has compassion for and sympathizes with these people because he feels like he's a sinner too, you know, and it's like he doesn't care about getting canceled or something because he's just telling the truth, telling it like it is. So let's hear him out with all that in mind.
You see, I saw it for what it was. Here's a man who had secrets he couldn't get out of. And he got all these clients and he risked it all. You understand what I mean? That's what the addiction does. You go, why would I risk this? And that's what people don't understand. The Epstein stuff, because what happens, it grows and grows. And you see the secrecy? And it grew. And it was under the carpet until the files got open and it stank. And it's nasty. And you see how rank and foul it gets because they all waited and were hoping one day, like I used to. Like literally the world was like, what is it we don't know about y'all? Just like she asked me. And all of a sudden, remember, it will be revealed.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, it will. And I sued him, bro.
Yeah. What do they say? The truth will always come out. But I mean, does it always though? Like, does it always come out? Like, there's so many allegations, you know, with these files, with like, you know, ex-politicians and stuff. You know, it's not being released to the public. Like, their names are being hidden, redacted. Like, are we ever going to find out who actually did what?
I spent we spent $500,000 of our own money. And let me tell you, I would go to home and I said, babe, we can't do this. And wait, and when I did the tweets, I knew Hollywood was over again. Because everybody was like, Terry, you went up against William Morris Endeavor, the biggest agency in Hollywood. I said,
and you wouldn't believe the big names that emailed and texted and called us asking him to drop it.
Yep. Big.
I can't help but wonder who those big names are. What do you think?
Why are they protecting him? Why are they protecting that company? Like, I'm sorry, if that company is depraved, another company will step in, you know, to take the clients. I'm sure of it. Like, why are they protecting that company so bad, these big names?
Let me know in the comments below.
And I was like, nope. We out.
And we were tapped and we were harassed and we were gang stalked. And
how long did this process take?
Oh, it was a 2-year process. Wait, man, I got calls from the heads of the people. They're like, look, Terry, you don't want to do this. I was like, man, yes, I do. And don't call me again. Lose my number, bruh. Now that's come to.
But that's
why I said
God is on your side.
But remember, now you got to understand. I was already saying it's over. I came home to her and I said, Hollywood's done. Remember that?
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what happened? I got more.
Got more work.
I got more.
It's a miracle, honestly. The fact that he got America's Got Talent and what was it? Not Incredibles. Oh my God, the one with Sylvester Stallone, Invincibles. But like, what is that movie called? But the fact he got those jobs is so great because like a lot of guys, they get blackballed and that's it. They can't get work anymore.
God gave me more. It went bigger. People were like, this is what we're talking. He's saying it. He's been saying it. And wait, we suspected it. And let me tell you, this is what happened. And even when they tried to deny it, I was $500,000 in. I said, I'll spend $1 million to win $1. And that's what I would constantly say that I will spend $1 million just to win that $1 that they owe me.
And again, this is some deep, profound stuff right here. And again, as someone who's done a deep dive into Terry's faith and his abuse expose, I can tell you that he's never revealed things to this degree at this depth like he does here. And that's why I can tell you all with supreme confidence to really keep your ears open and listen to what this man says next.
Would you let your kids get into Hollywood? Like if a casting agent saw your kid, out and about, and they said they would be great on Disney or Nickelodeon or whatever, bring them to the studio and we're going to do a screen test. Would you let it happen? Because man, as great as it would be to get into Hollywood at such an early age, it feels like it's just such a cesspit right now. It's just a lot of weird stuff goes on, especially with child actors. It feels like children who get involved in Hollywood, they usually end up like a bit messed up, like Britney Spears, Justin Bieber. Like if you get involved with showbiz too early, it seems to do like weird things to you.
Because this is some of the realest, the most, I feel like I'm in a really good church listening to this guy, to be honest.
I don't know, man. I feel like Hollywood needs some kind of reform. I think a lot of the predatory producers, agents, those guys, managers, they need to just be gotten rid of, because it just makes the industry look bad. It makes it look terrible as a whole. And I think as younger people, get more involved and want to go to the movies and stuff, younger people are a lot more, and not just younger people, but people in general, I think are a lot less forgiving of awful people now. Like if a movie comes out and it turns out the director was a complete pervert, did awful things to members of the cast, maybe was abusive, I'm not going to go see that movie. I'm sorry. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, why should I need to spend my money to help promote, someone who is an awful person? Like, I will not do that. And, these days it's that kind of behavior is getting less and less hidden. We're hearing more and more about people, producers, directors who do really weird stuff. And, those movies will suffer as a consequence of it. It's happened with, big name directors. There's a guy, I don't want to say his name in case this, gets in front of him, but director, he's currently directing, big superhero movies. Turns out he was, sent really weird tweets to a minor. Like, I'm not going to see any of his movies. I'm just not going to do it. Like, that's just grim, vile. And those guys need to be outed. We need to get rid of those guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And check out the video I'm going to link right below this one. See you there.